Okay, so we have different types of project in our environment. There are different types of project which any project manager have to work upon, right? So every project is different. First of all, let us understand this thing that every project is different, and project can be classified on several different points, right? Projects can be divided on n number of factors, and the classification of project is project management varies according to a number of different factors. So it completely depends on the type of the project, like what kind of project you are handling. uh, so you manage accordingly. An IT project would be different, manufacturing project would be different, and similarly there are a number of projects, and each and every project is different from each other. So the way we manage such project is also different from each other. So when you understand the project is completely different, this project A is completely different from project B, then it will become easy for you to manage once you understand the classification of projects, because the kind of funds available in such projects, or maybe the people you are dealing with are different, or maybe the technicalities of the project are different. So accordingly each and every project has a different way of managing. So moving forward on the same guidelines, let's start. What are different type of projects we have? So the first type of project is classified on the basis of complexity. So the first one is easy project and complicated projects. So easy project, a project is classified as easy when the relationship between the tasks are basic and detailed planning or organization are not required. So in very very simple terms, if I say a project is considered to be easy when we have done this job n number of times in the past also, right? You're not doing it for the very first time. You have done n number of projects of similar nature, so you don't need a special set of expertise for that, because there are already people who have done this and they already know the know-how of the project. So it is not required that you have to do something new or you need new kind of knowledge. So then projects become easier, right? So for example, manufacturing certain goods, right? Or maybe construction of a building. So everybody know who are in the area, in special area, in that particular area, that how to construct a building, and maybe how to manufacture a particular good, right? So these projects are easy project. But on the other hand, complicated projects are those projects which are not done earlier, right? Such kind of projects are not done earlier. Usually such kind of projects are high tech projects. Maybe there is use of technology or something, and nobody has used such kind of technology earlier. So when such kind of technology is there, then obviously you would need expertise. So as we all know that adopting a new thing is very difficult for people. People are very scared of change. So when there is something new which has not been done earlier, and people are not aware of such kind of things, then those projects are called complicated projects, where new set of expertise is required, or maybe it has been done for the first time. For as I told you, that launch of a new technology, for example, we can say, right? And so on, and there can be n number of example, right? But in nutshell we can say that which is done for the first time. Now, second set of classification for projects. Second set is public, private, and mixed. So, why we are classifying projects on the basis of sources of capital? Why we are doing this? Because as we all know, if a project is a public project, the kind of funds it is getting is completely different. And if it is a private project, then the kind of funds it is going to receive would be completely different. And if it is a mixed, the kind of funds and supervision it is going to get is completely different, right? That's why it is very important to understand whether the project is for public sector, private sector, or mixed. Mixed is basically public private expenditure, so we call it PPE projects. So any public project where government is putting its money on it. So I'm not saying that government projects are slow or something, but by default, because of bureaucracy, it may happen that they usually overspend on certain things, right? But on the other hand, if the project is a private project, the things are little bit more strict, right? And there is always a constant supervision, right? But as you know, as a general tendency, it may happen that in public projects they take a lot of time, they need a lot of money, and supervision is not that, strict or up to the mark. So that's why the projects which are public or private, the managing part is completely different because of funds available and because of the supervision part. Both things are there. And the third one is mixed, where public and private both sector combined. These are huge projects where maybe only public sector or only private sector, they cannot manage the project. They need government support or they need private expertise supervision also. So these kind of projects are third set of projects. So we have these three types of projects: public, private, and mixed. And the kind of working would be completely different in these three types of projects. The next type of projects are project content. So there are basically four sets, and according to project content, of course you can increase this content also. If you remember any other type of project, you can also add on those content into it, but right now I have divided it into four parts. First is construction. So construction projects, as we have also discussed in easy type, that these are normal construction project where we are doing some architectural work or civil work, where techniques are already very much known to the person. This is also called agile techniques, which have been used by from ages. Such kind of techniques are used by ages, and these are not very difficult projects because of the expertise already available in the market. That's why these projects are comparatively easy projects. So first one is construction project. Then the second one is IT project. So IT project is where probably you are developing a new software, maybe a new app, or any management information system is there. So anything related to IT, where new app, new kind of technology is required. So these kind of projects are, first they need a lot of funding. Because why they need a lot of funding? Because they are developing it for the first time, there may be errors. So these kind of projects run on hit and trial basis, right? So that's why these projects would need a lot of funding. Then second, of course, the kind of expertise required for such projects is also of new level, because people who belong to this area, completely they have their core area into IT, they can only handle these kind of project. So it is very important. Two things are very important in IT project. First is the funds required, which is huge, and expertise. So the level of both funds and expertise is high in such projects. Then there are third type of projects, which are business. So business is basically, you can say that and these are the project, for example, middleman kind of, maybe you're not producing actually something, but what you are doing, for example, you want to sell a bicycle and you are not a bicycle manufacturer. You are going to buy raw material from different parts of the bicycle from different areas, and you will just combine it and sell it off in the market. Or maybe you don't even do that. You are just going to buy bicycles from wholesaler and you are selling it at retail level. So these are business projects where you are not manufacturer of anything, but you are just selling it. You work as a middleman, right? So in these kind of project, the most important thing is cost management, work team management. So these things are very important in such projects, and there has to be a proper commercial strategy. They have to focus more upon their advertisement parts. So this is very important in business projects. Then the fourth one is service or product production. So this belongs to the service sector. For example, you are providing financial services, right? Financial services to maybe big companies. That is called wholesale, financial service provider. So when we talk about financial services, we do not only talk about providing shares or something, but when we talk about financial services at commercial level, there do you provide financial consultancy to big firms, like how to manage their working capital, how to do financial management, their work cash flow systems. So these are the kind of financial services which are provided by the financial consultancies to big firms. Then of course it may also come at retail level also, where you provide financial services to normal laymen, for example selling insurance or providing good investment plans like pension plans, LIC. So financial services can be both at retail level and wholesale level, at commercial level also. So it depends on what kind of project you are dealing you're working on. Yeah, so these are different types of project content. Then next type of projects we have is departmental, internal and external. This is next set of projects. So departmental projects are the project which is related to only one department of the firm. So say for example there is a project which is related to only IT sector of the or R&D sector segment of the firm. They continuously have to work upon their R&D. So these are department. Other departments are quite indifferent to their R&D, because they are working, they're trying to sell what has already been produced by the company, so they don't have to do anything with the new product launch, right? So that is completely an R&D project, where they are trying to develop a new kind of technology or any innovation. They are working on some kind of innovation. So these are departmental project. Then second one is internal project. Internal project is what is internal project? Internal is when a whole company itself is involved in the project's development. For example, they are working on a new technology. Now the technology is on, for example, on the final stage. Earlier it was just a departmental project, but when the technology will reach on the final stage, almost final stage, then they will involve other departments also. For example, finance, that how much fund is required, and maybe marketing, that they should start marketing of the particular innovation which they have developed, so that the audience should be there, the users should already be there in the market, the customers should already be there in the market. So when the R&D project reaches like up to its 90% of completion, from departmental it will shift to internal project. Then the next one is external project. External project is when, for example, you are not able to complete a project at your own, and you need special assistance from somebody outside the department. At that time you would need maybe an outsourcing firm. For example, I'll just give you an example. For example, banks are there. So banks, they work on different areas. For example, saving accounts, FDs, giving loans, credit cards. So bank is handling everything at their own, but the collection part, for example, the defaulters would also be there, who are not able to pay bank loans or maybe the credit card bills. So what they will do there is, they will assign an external agency who is going to collect money from the defaulters. So this is called external project, to which the company is not handling at their own. So these are projects according to the people who are involved in the project. Then next is according to objective. So there are different objectives. For example, production. So production is, for example, this is very very simple one, that when you want to produce a service, a good or anything, so these are production projects. Then there are social projects. Social projects are the kind of projects where you are doing something, or you are developing a product or service for the well-being of society. These kind of projects are not done only for profit making, but these kind of projects are conducted to improve the living standard of society, to give good help to people. For example, providing clean water at bus stops, or maybe railway stations. So there is no cheap clean water available, because even if you want to have water, you have to buy a bottle. So maybe providing clean water at these bus stops or railway stations or any crowded area. So this is called a social project, where you are doing something for the well-being of people. Then the third is educational. There are educational projects. There are a lot of educational projects right now. for example, providing online education. Now this has come in trend from last few years. For example, Unacademy is there, and there are so many online platforms there where you can study at the ease of your home. You don't have to go somewhere. So these are educational projects, right? Then there is community project. Community project are project which are done for the well-being of, again, for society, but of course there is no social cause involved, like I told you in social projects. But for example, construction of a flyover, right? Or maybe having more plants, trees on the roadside. These are community projects. Then the next one is research project. Research projects are the kind of projects where something new is developed, and it can be in any area. It doesn't only limit itself only to the IT sector, but any sector. Something new is to be done. Maybe it is a social project, maybe it is an educational project, maybe community, any area, but it is a kind of research which you are doing. So these are called research project. In research project, one thing we have to remember, that they are conducted only for finding a new idea. Not they are actually doing something, but they are trying to identify ideas, what can be done. Maybe this is a problem in the society. They are trying to identify a loophole in the current situation, and from that loophole they will convert that loophole into another kind of opportunity. So this is basically an idea generation kind of project, where they try to identify where they can work upon. So these are called research projects. The next set of projects are strategic and tactical. So this is very important. A strategic project is the one that has a significant impact on the direction of the firm. So for example, Mercedes-Benz decision of inventing in passenger buses may be regarded as strategic investment. Mercedes-Benz was initially only into luxury cars, but later on they understood they are only targeting a particular segment of the society. Now they want to capture the whole society, the whole community. So they shifted their focus. I mean, they not shifted, but they also focused upon the other segments of the society who may not be that elite section of the society. So they focused on passenger buses. So it is a strategic decision, so that they can capture the market. They should their product line has increased. So these are called strategic, and it basically helps the organization to improve the profits, but by improving the product line, increasing the product line, providing capturing a larger segment of the society. So these are called strategic projects. Then the next one is tactical. In tactical project, what do? They are not launching a new product, they are not doing something new, but they are just improvising the traditional methods. For example, changing the machinery. So earlier, that kind of technology they were using, it has become obsolete. Now they want the kind of technology which should match the level of the society, and by this way they are improving their efficiency and effectiveness both, right? So cost reduction is there, time reduction is there. So this is how, of course, if cost is reduced, in they're dealing in similar set of goods and services, but the difference is the cost is less, the time is less. So these are called tactical decisions, right? Okay, so class, we are starting with classification of projects according to these four categories which is visible on your screen. So the first set is open project or walking on the fog. So what are these kind of projects? Let's try to understand these projects. So the first is strict control over cost and on time scale is important. So the very first feature of these kind of projects, which are called open projects or walking in the fog, is first is these kind of projects would definitely have very strict control over cost and on time. Both the things are of huge importance. Time should be as expected, and cost should be as per the standard already set, right? So these kind of projects may not achieve anything as in semi-closed projects. Neither it is known what to do or how to do it. These kind of projects basically are the kind of projects where you try to identify something new. You don't know what is to be done. So, or we can also say that in these kind of projects, you try to identify an opportunity in the market. You don't know on what, on what kind of business we need to start, but you try to identify, a loophole in the current situation, so that you can work upon it and convert that loophole into another kind of opportunity, right? So basically, these kind of projects are the projects where you don't know where to go, as its name suggests, that walking in the fog. You don't know what to do, but you try to identify what is to be done, how, we can convert a weakness into opportunity. So but the project can be altered and act differently. So initially, obviously, if you don't know what is to be done, you can just change it into something new. You can, at any point of time, these kind of projects are very very flexible in nature. You can, change the direction of your project at any point of time. You don't have to fix on to one point. You can change it, act differently. If you feel that this is not working out in a good way, you can just change the direction of the project. Right. So usually these are reactions to change in circumstances, like political or competitive. Maybe, initially when you were searching for a business idea, like there, what you can do is, initially you may have thought that, okay, because the current market situation is like this, political, policies are working accordingly, or, as there is a new political situation arise in the economy, you can try to identify what could be done. For example, make in India projects, right? So there are make in India projects, and after the launch of such a opportunity for people, many people try to, find such projects where they can get such kind of, finance from government, right? Such kind of assistance from government. So these projects basically depend on what is happening in the environment, what is happening in your surroundings, right? So what is the kind of competition you are facing, what is the kind of government policies there. For example, if the rupee and dollar rate is changing, fluctuating a lot, or maybe it has reached, for example, Indian currency has depreciated, right? It means 1 rupee equals to, for example, 50 rupees. Right now it is around 80 or something. But for example, if it will, if it has depreciated, so maybe a depreciation of Indian currency means, for example, today it is 75 and tomorrow it is 85. It means you have to pay more rupee to convert a dollar into rupee. So in these situations, what you can do, you can start an export business, right? So you try to identify a business opportunity according to current trends in the market, according to political views, according to, global scenarios in the world. So you can try to identify an opportunity where you can change a weakness into, you can transform a weakness into some kind of opportunity. So a lot of quest and speed is required in projects. Why these projects need a lot of quest and speed? Because, if you will not pick up the opportunity, somebody else will. And once somebody else has, taken that opportunity, they will get first mover advantage. So it is very important to be very very attentive to what is happening in the environment, and, react very quickly, so that you can grab the opportunity at that moment only. So moving forward, not all the projects are closed projects with definite mission. So these kind of projects are not going to have a definite mission. Because why? Because, they don't have something in their mind already. They are going to launch a project according to the environment, according to the situations. So they are going to change as per the need of the hour. So that's why a lot of speed and quest is required. So however, as the project passes through phases of life cycle, they usually change from fog to paint by numbers. So, if you see the third kind of project, which is painting by numbers, so once you identify an opportunity, you can convert this project from walking in the fog to painting by numbers. So, you can change it with over the period of time. So it is up to the leader to decide whether he has to stop at a particular phase for lack of objective or means. So maybe you are searching for an opportunity for a longer duration of time, and you think that you are not able to find something. So obviously, when you try to find an idea, that also causes a lot of investment, right? So that also causes investment. So you need to really fix whether you are going to spend this much of money to identify the idea. Otherwise, if you will not keep a benchmark, if you are not keeping a standard, then you will keep on investing the money in the market, and ultimately with no project in your hand, you will be empty handed. So it is very important to set a time frame and fix a particular budget, that within this time frame or within this budget I am going to identify a business opportunity. So this is very very important here. Otherwise you will just keep on spending time and money. So this can also be the drawback of such kind of project, because maybe you have spent a lot of time and money as well, but you have not got anything in hand. So that this is one of the drawback of such projects. But again, these are very very open ended projects. There are no rules, there are no guidelines. You can just do it at your own convenience, and according these projects are very very flexible. But of course you may exceed time and money, so that is one point where you really have to keep a check upon, right? So the second type of projects we have in hand is semi-open projects or making movies. So in this type, commitment to use of method adopted becomes essential. In first type of projects where we were talking about walking in the fog, there was no technique we were following to identify the particular type of business opportunity. But here we are going to adopt the technology. These are very much open-ended projects. The first one, walking in the fog. So as I told you, the major drawback of such projects is you may exceed time and money. So to overcome that drawback, what we do is we follow making movies type of projects, semi-open projects, where you follow a particular technology, I would say not technology but method. Yeah, so it can be known how to do something, but what is to be done, what is to achieve is unknown. So we don't know where to achieve, where we are going, but at least we know the path. By walking on this path, I am going to identify some of the other business opportunity. For example, I don't know what I want to manufacture or produce, but I know that when I will interview these many people about their day to day habits, I will definitely identify that okay, I can produce a product like this, which can satisfy their day to day requirements. So I don't know what I'm going to do at the end, but I know after interviewing 1,000 people from maybe a particular area, I will definitely get to know what is to be done, right? So here the path is known, but of course the final destination is still to be discovered. So the organization might have expertise and capabilities. So maybe you have certain set of people who know how to identify loophole in the market. You have people who can go in the market and interview people and will definitely bring out with something, but you don't know what is going to happen in the future. So you have expertise and capabilities, you know how to apply this situation, but you don't know that what would be the final result. The final result is unknown here, right? So it is like we have actors, right? We have actors with us, we have capable people with us, but we don't know what they will bring us, right? So that's why we call it making movies. So you have actors with you, you have certain set of caliber with you, but what they are going to bring to you, you don't know that. So that's why we say that making movies, right? So now the third is close projects or painting by numbers. So as I discussed with you that you can change walking in the fog to painting by numbers. So let us understand what are these kind of projects. So traditional projects are suitable example for this type of projects. So these are close projects where you already know what is to be done, right? This is what I'm going to do, and after completing this project in this time frame, within this budget, I'm going to attain this, right? So you already know this, what is to be done. They have clear goals and a well defined set of activities to be carried out, right? They already know everything, as but how this walking in the fog can be converted into painting by numbers? When explored enough, you have already explored enough, you can change walking in the fog to painting by numbers. Because once you know that, after thorough research and understanding the market, when you will get to know everything about the market, you can definitely convert an unknown project into something known, right? So any project is initially a walking in the fog, but later on it will become painting by numbers in any case, right? So you can know that you can know what you want to achieve and how you will achieve it. Everything is very very clear cut, because many a times many people have done it already, or maybe you have done thorough research about it. So that is why these projects are painting by numbers or close projects. It is so clear cut that you can paint the numbers on it. That's why we call it painting by numbers, right? Because we already know everything about these kind of projects. So next is semi-closed projects or going on a quest. So now these are the fourth type of project. So here what we are going to do is, in this type, strict control over the cost and time scale, at the same time allowing freedom to explore is main feature. So these projects are semi closed. Why we are calling it semi? See, here you see, if this is open, this is semi open, this is closed, and this is semi closed. So semi closed is where you know what is to be done and how it is to be done, right? But they are also allowing you the freedom to explore something new. Maybe, for example, this can be case in technology oriented projects, where you are working on similar set of projects, for example phones, laptops, or any app whatsoever. Of course, you know the budget, you know what you are doing, but at any point of time you have the freedom to add a new feature also. So that maybe you are close projects, you know what is to be done, but you are also going on a quest, that if I find something good in the market, if I find that okay, I can add this feature to my phone or on laptop. For example, laptops are running from so long, right? But initially what they did, they made it, Bluetooth was initiated into it, then touchscreen initiated into it. So you can add on feature and feature. So of course you are doing a semi close project, but you are also ready to adapt a new change, to innovate it, because if you will not innovate it, it will become obsolete after a certain period of time, right? So that's why we call it semi closed or going on a quest. The organization knows what they want to achieve, but how to achieve is unknown. Again, they know that they are going to bring a twist into the product, but they don't know how they will do. At the end, they also search for out of the box possibilities. How am I So for example, there are a number of laptops available in the market, right? So how my laptop is going to be the best one, what extra feature I'm giving to it, so that anybody, there are n number of laptops, but people would want my laptop only. So what extra I'm doing, what is there that make my product very attractive. So these type of projects will lead to overspending. Yes, one thing is, these projects can be the projects where you may unintentionally overspend, right? Because if there is a slight chance of innovation, it may cause you a lot of money. You have to sacrifice a lot of money. Maybe you have a certain budget, but at times you can cross it. They may get delayed, right? And getting nothing from the project. It may also happen you want to innovate it, but at the end of the day it is not successful. So it may also happen that you are not going to get anything out of it. So these are last set of classification of projects.